Let's do it. All right. Welcome to Master Memories, the podcast where my friends talk about their lives. I'm here with Chase Merritt Cohn, a.k.a. Chaser. You have any other nicknames that throughout your life?
My friends at school call me Chintz sometimes. And yeah, that's it.
That's good. What's your first memory of us?
Probably kindergarten. I can't think of like a particular memory, but I mean, we went to kindergarten together. I definitely remember that. The earliest actual memory I can think of was probably, it was just some random memory of me being down in the little room. You have your dad's office.
Yeah.
And I was playing the song for you, Champions by Ron Artest. That was from a 2K. That was super random. But it was kind of a banger. Ron Artest kind of made a slapper.
Yeah. Metal World Peace got bars. What can I say?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. I've kind of been thinking about this question, since I got you scheduled on here, just because, you, precede my brain, you know? There's,
exactly.
When I first met you, it's I didn't think I knew I existed, you know?
It's you, Brian, me, and Benny are the OGs.
Dude, I haven't seen Benny in so long.
No, me either.
I wonder what he's doing.
I hope he's doing good.
I see Brian,
he's
on
an
LinkedIn
A1.
and shit, you know? He's still around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to look at the camera? Or look at you?
Look wherever you want, you know?
Okay.
It's, like I said, a guided conversation.
Cool.
So whatever makes you most comfortable. So what are you doing today before we started filming?
I'm just packing up, getting ready to move to Chicago right now. Today is Saturday and I move Wednesday. So, how detailed do you want? Super detailed. I woke up, took 10 milligrams of Adderall for the first time in a while. I folded all my clothes, put them into boxes, brought them downstairs. I went to CVS and got some protein powder. I helped my mom do errands because she got her hair done and couldn't get it wet when it was raining.
Yeah.
And I went to Brewdog for lunch with her. Oh, and Parker's going to camp tomorrow, so I got Rita's with her as her last meal.
That's awesome. What year's Parker going to be also?
She's going to be a freshman in high school now.
So she's teen
crazy.
1?
She's a teen 1, yeah.
No way.
Isn't that crazy?
Dude, no, she was the 5-year-old running around
she's gonna be
when
in the bill.
me and you were playing Super Sluggers in your dad's basement.
Yeah, I know. She's a grown person now.
That's wild.
It's crazy. You know what's crazy about EKC? Apparently, she's every year since she was a Sabra 2, she's had a bathroom in her cabin. She never walked to a bathhouse or anything. Isn't that crazy?
In the Sabra,
they don't have the chalets. I think the Sabras are in the Circle.
They're in the Circle now?
Well, they were in the Circle, and then they switched it. I don't know where they are now.
I know the chalets got demolished, but
yeah.
And I remember they put bathrooms in the park or in the street, but I figured or the Circle, but I figured the street and the park would still
No, they have everything except the Villa has bathrooms in them now.
No, they can't take that away
crazy.
from the Ville because
yeah,
no, Teen Village just
they can't. How do you install a bathroom in a tent? It just doesn't work.
At that point, you just have an outhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's all nervous. She's like, I don't know how the bathhouse extended works. And I'm like, he'll figure it out. It'll be fine.
Damn kids these days.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. I wonder how much camp has changed, since we've been there, outside of bathrooms.
Yeah, probably a lot. Because they have a bunch of new stuff. But when I picked her up, I only got to see the stables area, but it looked the exact same. Literally nothing different. So
yeah.
I know the price has changed. It's $500 more now.
Yeah, that's inflation for you.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Dude, it's been a tough year economically. Yeah. So shout out EKC, because sometimes I worry about them. Obviously they're doing fine, but
they're doing fine, I'm sure.
I was talking about it the other day. I was because I don't know if they ever rented out to during the off season or whatnot, but because someone asked me what would your ideal bachelor party be, and I said renting out EKC for a couple days would be sick.
That would be crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. It's just a dream at this point, but who knows?
Never heard of anyone wanting a bachelor party in Morgantown, West Virginia.
Well, you don't know Morgantown, West Virginia?
No,
they got some bad. Yeah. Right now, what's your typical day look like? I know with the pre-job.
No, I don't have a typical day. I was just in Europe this summer, and then I just got back from visiting my girlfriend in Delaware, so I haven't had a typical day. But the days I've been home, because I was home 2 weeks ago, I was just waking up, watching TV. I was watching The Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah, I heard that's really good.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I watched a ton of YouTube videos. That's
As you
that's
should.
like it. I haven't
Yeah.
been doing anything. I've been going on walks and drives and working out, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Just like super chill days.
Yeah, I mean that's the way to do it. I mean,
Yeah, no, it's been great.
I don't know any other time in our lives where we're gonna just like have nothing, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have 1 week starting like Friday where I have nothing, and then I start my job, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
It'll be a nice fun like week to explore Chicago.
It'll be cool. I might go to Lollapalooza.
Really?
I'm gonna go. I think if I do go on the J. Cole day, because
You got it.
have you been to a J. Cole concert?
I've been to 2.
Okay, I've been to one and it was awesome. I went to the off-season one. It was so sick.
Dude, so when we were in Vegas actually,
Yeah.
like he was there for the off-season tour.
Oh,
and
seriously?
we got tickets like day of and like it's funny. So me and 2 of my buddies went to there. That was the night Avicii was at the club in Caesars.
Avicii.
Not Avicii. What's his face?
Yeah, he's dead.
Who's the DJ? Steve McCoy? Who was it? It was some like big DJ. Though, who's the guy that throws cakes at the?
Oh
Reps?
yeah.
Yeah.
Steve something.
Steve. Yeah. So he was.
That's super. He made "I Love the Way You Cry."
Yeah.
That's
So he was
super
at
bad. I don't know
Omnia.
his name. It's
We were
embarrassing.
seeing J Cole. Like no one had FOMO about the other. You know, everyone just had such a great time.
Of course, that's sick.
Yeah.
Off-season show was like. I mean, I don't go to concerts ever. It was like one of the only ones I've been to, but it was amazing. Like life-changing. Made me really wish that I went to a Mac Miller concert when I was alive.
Dude, I'm so
Or when
sad.
he was alive.
My dad, so he's friends with a guy at Live Nation, and he was like, "Hey,
Oh.
I got like some extra Mac Miller's tickets they didn't sell. Does your son want to go?" I was like, "Sure." It was for the swimming tour,
Oh,
and then
that's such a bummer.
yeah,
Horrible.
no, shout out Mac Miller. I
Rest in
hope-
peace.
Where do you lean politically, and why?
Politics are pretty crazy right now, and I was just in Europe and fully didn't keep up with any of it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty in the middle, pretty left about some issues and right about other issues, but like generally I go towards the middle. I did just calculate how much I'm losing to taxes today, so I'm definitely more fiscally conservative as of like 2 hours ago when I made my budget, but I switch a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm definitely anti-guns. Those should go away for sure. And I would say I'm also pretty pro-choice.
Gotcha. Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like your first paycheck, like sizable paycheck, it's
Yeah.
like you put that in paycheck calculator. Like I lost like 25%.
I put that in
You kidding
paycheck
me?
calculator, and then you have to put 15% away for retirement, which when I'm watching this, I'm probably going to be happy I did that. But right now, I'm super unhappy about that.
Dude, like no.
It's just crazy.
Oh.
I literally am earning a third of what I'm like getting, after rent and everything, I keep a third of what my paycheck is,
That's shitty, dude.
which sucks.
Dude, that's why you gotta live in the 27 club. Don't worry about retirement.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
You're right.
What was it like being in Europe, just like away from all of this going on all the time?
It was crazy. I've never been like really out of the country before. I'd been to the Bahamas and I'd been to Jamaica, but other than that, I'd been to Israel before too. Europe is crazy. I thought America was very normal because I grew up here, and then I realized America is like the weirdest country there is.
Yeah.
Like Europe is what's normal out there, and then America is so bizarre. But it was an amazing time. I was very eye-open to a lot of what's out there in the world. And I tried so many good foods,
I can imagine, dude.
which was great. But like the European lifestyle was great because I had been working an internship the whole summer or the whole like semester before, saving up a ton of money.
Mhm.
And then I just got to ball out in Europe and like not worry about money, and every day was stress free except for like travel days, and that
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah. So what would you say like is kind of normal in Europe that Americans do or America does so crazy?
So everywhere you have to pay for water at restaurants, which is crazy.
I don't like that.
Bathrooms there are just so much more sustainable. Like they have an option for a button you can press when you poop versus a button you press when you pee.
Mhm.
There's a lot more like you don't use a bathroom unless you're paying, or like you have to sneak into a bathroom unless you're paying at a store versus like you could walk into any McDonald's here and pee and do your thing.
Yeah.
So the whole bathroom thing was crazy. They all accept tap on like you tap your card,
Oh, that's real
which
nice.
was nice. But like the fact that America is just so nice, I don't really know how to explain. I was expecting Europe to be so much more developed. Specifically, I was surprised by Spain when I went to Barcelona,
Mhm.
it was like, it was just so much less city like. I expect like Paris. Paris was just like how I expected Europe to be. Paris had a bunch of big buildings and was extremely developed, but Spain was crazy. I don't know. Europe was awesome though.
Yeah.
Super eye opening, once in a lifetime trip. Happy I did it. If I could have done anything else, I definitely would have done a course like you did in an internship. That sounds really fun too.
I'm gonna suffer for 6 months for long-term success.
No, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Certifications are good for.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make it up because next year when you're doing full-time job, I'm going to Europe.
Yeah, you got it, dude.
I've decided that come summer of next year, whatever I'm doing, I'm taking May and June off because I had 8 days between graduation and the start of my job, and in that 8 days,
tough.
on day 2, almost everyone I know in Columbus and just in general went to Europe. So I had
Oh yeah, it's tough.
6 days of just like reading, working out, contemplating life, and then work. Yeah. So
sheesh.
it was I got to see what Barcelona does. That's just so different, you know.
Yeah, Barcelona's interesting. I was only there for a day, but I can give you some Europe recs after this. Tell you what I liked. Are you still eligible to do Birthright? Can you still sign up? Okay.
Even though I
yeah, I know you got screwed.
Yeah, shout out PCR tests. They're bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I might go next summer. I kind of want to go in the winter when it's like cold and like
Okay.
I don't know, like that's what you did, right? Or no, you went in the summer.
No, I went in the summer. It was I mean, either works. It was really hot and you're doing stuff all the time, so it's exhausting, but
yeah,
it's a free trip to Israel and it's cool.
Exactly.
So, how many questions do you have prepared?
I got 19 conversationals and then some quick hitters afterwards.
Gotcha.
Not all the the nickname ones is number one of the conversationals, so they're not
I'm
all
waiting
that
for one to just really get me going.
Alright, well, let's see if it's this one. What's your relationship like with your family?
It's great. It wasn't the one.
Wasn't the one?
No, I mean, it's great. My family, they're the best. Super happy my dad and stepmom are letting me take their love sack to Chicago, so I'm gonna have a love sack in my room.
Love sack?
Like a smaller love sack, like a personal beanbag chair thing.
Oh, okay. That's not what I thought when I heard love sack. I'm sorry.
No, just like a little beanbag chair, but it's super comfy, so I'll have that to chill in, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom's doing great, Philip's doing great, Parker's chilling, Hunter's great. Relationship is good. Really not too, I don't have anything crazy to really talk about with my family. It's all good though.
I'm glad.
They're doing great.
Shout out to your mom especially though. She's made this entire thing happen right here.
Really good stuff.
Yeah,
she's
also,
great at that.
Plus, my mom texted your mom when I was here at one point. She's like, shout out to Landon and Chase for being friends so we could be friends, you know?
Yeah.
It's wild that
that's
developed,
crazy.
You know?
That's actually crazy that they still text so much.
Those two and Janie too.
Yeah, it's like all of us have been day ones.
Yeah, and Ben McKee.
Yeah.
Wherever he is in life.
If you're watching this, Benny, shout out you.
What do you think is your most unique talent?
I mean, it's not really a talent, but it's my party trick. I'll get close to the camera. If I push my nose in, I don't know if you can see, it stays. Oh yeah, you can see.
Oh yeah.
If you want to see? You see how it stays?
How'd you do that?
I don't know. I just push my nose in, it stays. That's probably... I've been thinking about it. I'm pretty good at a lot of things, but I'm not extremely good at very many things. I don't have any crazy talents, other than I guess I'm sometimes funny, is I guess kind of a talent. But not even. I'm really good at Smash Brothers, but I haven't even played all summer, so I'm probably terrible. I'll still beat you though after this.
No, I'm expecting it. It's been a while.
No, I'm gonna dog you, but yeah, I don't have any crazy talents. It's I don't know if everybody has some crazy talent out there, but I feel like it should be more normal that people don't have crazy talents.
Yeah.
Or more universally accepted. You don't have to be super great at something in general. Yeah. You can just kind of live your life, do your thing, as long as you're not stupid.
Yeah, a lot of people have struggled with this because, the first guest was my freshman year roommate. Still live with him. He's a Rubik's Cube guy. Goes to.
Okay, yeah, that's a really cool talent. Yeah. I don't have anything like that.
But no one else has that's the thing. You know, no one else is like you said. You know, it's good to be good at a lot of stuff. You
Yeah.
know? Just flexible and all this shit.
For sure.
The reason it's jack of all trades is used in a positive term, not.
Yeah. Well, I'm not even a jack of all trades. I'm kind of just a regular dude.
Yeah.
I'm like pretty good at a lot of things. And I think my biggest talent is that I'm funny. And that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But not funny enough that I could ever do anything with it.
It's but funny enough where it's useful.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That do you remember that the library joke with the sandwich?
Yeah, of course, of course.
I have used that for years.
Oh, really?
As
That's
my go-to
amazing.
joke.
Good.
And now you're finally getting credited. So if you ever
Let's
heard
go.
it, this guy. He's
Sandwich library joke, yeah. That
Yeah.
got me into my business fraternity. I just pulled that out of nowhere.
it is a great joke, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like an easy... I don't know how I hit that one, but it was amazing.
Nah, dude, death is easy. Comedy's hard.
Yeah, thanks.
And
Yeah, that was absurd. I can't believe I ran into you in Vegas.
what was it, like Dunkin' Donuts? Something
Yeah,
like that?
that was nuts.
Of all places.
That was like... you were there for one day longer than me, I think. So you were just like Vegasing it up.
I thought you were there a day longer than me.
Oh yeah, I probably was. I got there Thursday.
Yeah, I was there Friday through.
Okay, I had been there a day longer than you and was already down like $1,000 and miserable. And
No, it was a terrible.
I hated Vegas.
It was a terrible day to be.
Super
betting on
fun,
that.
but I hated Vegas. It was a blast, but the worst trip I've ever been on.
Someone asked me on that, like at the end of the trip, it was like, would you rather have a baby like right now at 21, or spend the next 5 years like living in in Caesars?
Definitely the next 5 years in Caesars.
But that's gonna, dude, that will break you as a
Like you're
person.
saying you don't leave ever, like Lotus Flower from the Percy Jackson type stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, still a kid is the rest of your life. Like you go crazy for 5 years. Like I don't get it. You go broke and then what happens?
If you go broke or not, you're there for the next 5 years.
I mean, I would not be able to sustain myself, so I would almost, but I couldn't sustain a kid either, so I'd probably take the selfless route and just put myself through that torture so I didn't put a kid through that torture.
Yeah, the hypothetical kid's
Yeah.
probably gonna thank you.
Yeah, no, that kid would be screwed if I had him right now.
Yeah, but I think it's
Especially, all my money's being taken by the government, I have nothing left to give this dude.
yeah.
He can chill on the love sack, I guess, but that's it.
Oh, he's gonna be fine on the 401k money. You know, just gotta give that to him.
Yeah, sure, give him 50 years and then he'll be fine.
Oh yeah. What were you doing when you first got the news of COVID hitting the States?
I was in Cabo.
Really? Yeah, because our spring break's lined up, right?
Maybe. Were you? Mine might have been. I think mine was super early. I think mine was like a week before yours or something. Did you go to Cabo or anything? Did OSU go?
I was on spring break as well, but I'm sorry. Continue.
So mine was like end of February. Like we went to Cabo and we were like laughing at the people who were wearing masks at the airport.
Mhm.
But like somebody was like freaking out. One of my friends was like freaking out saying like, no, COVID's coming. Like this is crazy. Like he was actually keeping up with it. He brought it up in like December when it first started in China. He's like, we should really watch out for this, guys. Like this is, so he'd been stressing about it for 3 months and seen it getting worse. So he was freaking out. So I started kind of being nervous about it, but then it was like, whatever, we're in Cabo. But then the day that I like kind of realized, I think it was the last day I was in Cabo, which was also the worst day of my life, because we'd run out of water bottles, and in Mexico you weren't, like, we're told not to drink the tap water.
Yeah.
So and it was my last night there, I like blacked out, probably the most aggressively I've ever blacked out, and never had any water because we were out of water.
Yeah.
And like had thrown up a ton, whatever, like woke up miserable. And then had a flight the next day at 10 a.m. So I woke up at 7 and the flight just kept getting delayed. Like we went to the airport and it kept getting delayed and I was so hungover. And then everybody was like freaking out that we weren't going to get back to the States because COVID was there now.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was like, we're stuck in Mexico, and it was like the worst day of my life. I got back to my house and just got into bed and just rolled into a ball and just like shivered for 3 hours. It was miserable.
Jesus, that sounds terrible.
That was when I figured out COVID was hitting, but things got so much better because I had like the best COVID experience anybody could have had. I stayed in Ann Arbor with a good amount of my friends in our fraternity house, and everything was pass fail for schools, so there was like nobody really tried for school. We just messed around and did our thing and just like hung out in our house. We bought like a BB gun and set up like a BB gun shooting range in the backyard, and we gave our friend a buzz cut, and he took a picture of him holding the gun in front of an American flag in our house, and it was really funny. There was just like infinity Humes that were tipped in that house during that time, and then I moved in with my brother and his friends in his house for like the rest of that summer, and we just like COVID didn't exist in Ann Arbor. It was sick.
That's awesome. It's a really great quarantine. I'm not gonna lie.
I was so lucky. Because my girlfriend, on the other hand, her parents were like, you have to come home right now.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes home and is like miserable. I hope her family doesn't see this. She was like having no fun and was just so sad for like 5 months. She couldn't leave the house because her parents were so scared of COVID. So I saw what the other side was, and I was so thankful. I had the best COVID experience ever.
Yeah, Dude, I can't imagine being on campus like during when the shutdown happened. Like I feel like, just like you said, like nonstop tomfoolery. Like y'all sounded like
it was really lucky.
Like a recruit camp for like a bunch of army guys with the buzz cut and the shooting range and that shit.
Yeah, it was absurd. We set up a gym, like a little prison gym in the basement, and we had a sign-in sheet, and so we were all working out just so we could like sign in and sign out and show that we worked out. So everybody got super in shape. Although I looked ridiculous. I'm sure if you want, you can find a picture. My hair got so long, and I get really Jufro-y when I get long hair.
Yeah.
So I was like, pretty big, but also super Jufro, and it was like the weirdest I've ever looked in my entire life.
You were big everywhere.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I feel you. Like this
first haircut hits so different.
I need it right now, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell. Like it's bad.
No, that's not bad.
No, the problem is. I mean, you remember the time I got, like, fucking shaved accidentally that one time?
Yeah, that was so funny.
Dude, I'm
I wouldn't be surprised if you told me
you
hadn't gotten a haircut since then, because this is probably the length it would be by now.
No,
that was so funny.
It's, I got a haircut, like, right before graduation, but I gotta wait, like, another month till my barber, who actually cut hair in my basement, like, this past year, like, he set up shop down there. So he doesn't move in for another month. So, it's, I got this going on. I don't even know what the fuck it is.
You'll figure it out. It could be so much worse. Like, my COVID hair was crazy.
I'm gonna throw a picture up here somewhere because I don't remember this. Because I also didn't.
I'll find a picture. I don't know. There's like 1 or 2 pictures of me with that hair. It's just insane. I looked like how I looked in 7th grade when I grew out my hair.
Damn.
Yeah.
What, like bar mitzvah chase or?
No. Like 2 years before bar mitzvah chase.
So like not
like
peak
a
chase.
Year before. What?
Not peak chase is what I'm hearing.
Not what chase?
Peak chase?
Yeah, I did. I peaked in 8th grade, I think.
Didn't we all?
That was awesome.
Dude, if you peaked in middle school, that's just...
I might have. It was just like band class. I was just like killing it on the saxophone.
Dating Lindsay Altschuld, living the life.
Yeah, it was a pretty great time.
How do you view your religion?
I don't know. After going to Israel, I'm in a weird spot with my religion right now that I'm like not sure about. Religion's cool. I think there's pros and cons to it. I think religion is part of the reason why there's so many isms out there that are like negative isms, like people dislike the Jews because they're Jewish. I think the world would be a very different place without it, and maybe a better place. Who's to say? So much would be different. I don't fucking know. But I also think there's a lot of good that comes from it too, like different values. I guess I'm a fan of religion, and I hate extremism in any direction on any religion, which is not insightful or anything.
Yeah.
I like being Jewish, although I'm sure if I was raised any other religion, I would have also liked that religion.
Yeah.
It's cool that it gives you a community of people. But also, like, I think that the creation of those communities is what separates us from just being people.
Yeah.
So, like, and I struggled with this when I was in Israel because I was, like, getting indoctrinated so heavily. And, like, I'm like, wow, this is amazing that the Jews have this land. And I think it's so great that we, after all that we've been through, we deserve it. And I think, yes, you can't eliminate religion from the world right now because of how many groups have struggled for it through it. Like the Jews, for example, so many other groups have too, but like the Jews are the ones I know the most about. Like the Holocaust is absurd. The Jews having been through that, like I want to see the Jews succeed so hard now because of that. And I like, there's a proposed idea of getting rid of religion's ridiculous, but on the other side, if religion had never started and we had just like, could all kind of like agree either it doesn't matter where we came from, or like let's just put all of our effort into figuring it out instead of whatever. I think that would also maybe lead to a less violent world, but who knows? I think there's a lot of good stuff that comes from religion, but like I also think the fact that like abortion, for example, has just been made illegal, and that's like a very heavily religiously influenced thing, and so many people are upset about it. I think the second religion goes beyond what it is as something that you practice for yourself and becomes something you impose on others, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I have a very love-hate relationship with it. I think there's good parts. I think there's a lot of bad parts. And I think that every religion's guilty of it, including like the Jews.
Yeah. I feel like now is like the time where like now that you're like really kind of like moving away from your family and all this stuff, it's like kind of to that point of finding yourself in your 20s, is like kind of figuring out like how, you know, connected are you with your religion, how like, because no religion's perfect, everyone's gonna have problems with them, you know, like Catholics got the whole diddling thing going on.
Yeah.
So
sure.
It's
no, everyone's got their thing going on, and I'm actually gonna interrupt you now because for me, I'm not going through that struggle because I'm moving to Chicago, where my Jewish grandparents and my Jewish aunts and uncles live, and cousins.
Didn't know you had family out there.
I have my whole mom's side of my family is in Chicago. So like I'm gonna get invited over for Rosh Hashanah dinner and Yom Kippur and everything, and I'm gonna go. So I'm not gonna be struggling with that really. I'm still gonna keep the whole Jewish thing going and being with my family, because I think the great thing about religion is that it brings you together with your community and your family. So I'm gonna continue indulging in the parts that I enjoy about religion. But when it comes to imposing your beliefs on other people, I'm never gonna do that. Like I'm never gonna. Like, for example, this dude at the Western Wall, I know that, like, it's a thing in Judaism that I'm gonna botch this, but I know that if you can get some other Jew to, like, go to the Western Wall or something, that's, like, a huge mitzvah and is good for you, so, like, but that's just, like, straight up encouraging propaganda and stuff, which I think is really bad. Like, I had a guy come up to me at the Western Wall who was, like, trying to get me to sign up for his, like, rabbi's class, and I'm like, I'm good where I am, and he was super pushy and like aggressive about it, and I'm like, at what point, like, is that actually a mitzvah for doing that? If you're like,
you're like
pressuring someone, making someone uncomfortable, like how is that? I don't know.
Yeah, to your point, sorry.
No, you're good. I just talked forever.
Look, it's all you're.
I
the
know.
subject
That's
of
why
the
I'm
video.
like, I'm fine with interrupting you because I know this is for me.
Yeah, but I think like the line with religion, like. It's fine, like, you know, if religion tells me how I should live my life, but, like, when it's, like, you, to your point, like, imposing your religion on other people, like, saying to the masses, like, this is how you should live your life, is completely ridiculous, and I don't get why people have that mindset.
I know. Maybe it's not religion's fault, and it's just people suck. It's fault. Like, it's the fault of just, like, people just are ridiculous. Yeah. Like, if we didn't have religion, it'd be something else, I'm sure.
I agree. I like, because, like, the thing is, like, I love my friends, I love my family.
Yeah.
I hate people. People suck, you know?
There's a lot of people out there that are tough,
Just like the average person. Like, there's a quote where it's like, think about how stupid the average person is. Half the population is stupider than that.
That is, you know what? I haven't thought of that before. That's an interesting quote.
Yeah. Welcome to the real world.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Half smarter, though.
What's that?
Half is smarter.
Yeah.
Which I think is a more optimistic view.
I don't know. It's also interesting, like, you know, I thought about this in my house, like, there were 7 of us, like, where did the average intelligence lie? Like, because there would be 3 above, 3 below, one person would be the average.
Yeah,
Was a thinker.
Yeah, no, math checks out.
Yeah.
Well, you might not be the average, because, you know, I had to think about it, but that's wrong, because you have to add up everybody's, like, intelligence score.
Yeah. Well, you could do the median.
And then divide it by that, so nobody, like, it's not, the median, you could be the median, but not the average.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the literalist in me coming out, just, like, there's not one person that is the average. I don't know, I hope that this side of me goes away in the future.
I knew there was grammar Nazis, I didn't know there was math Nazis.
No, I'm just a literalist. I just, like, if somebody says something that's not literally true, it, like, sets something off in me. And, like, I always make a little note, which is so stupid, but...
You're a walking Key and Peele sketch, you know that, right?
Yeah, I kind of am. That's, like, where my humor comes from, though, is, like, the literal... Like, being able to interpret everything literally, and then making a joke about it.
Yeah, it's a good skill to have.
I guess,
A unique talent, if you would. What's your biggest regret?
Okay, so I kind of live my life in a way that I don't ever want to have regrets. So I'm super. Every time I make a decision, I'm like, what's the one that I'd be happier to do? I don't. Okay, biggest regret. Before I formed that mentality, I was a freshman and I skipped out on the 2 big trips we did that year. People did Miami for spring break, and then for formal, we went to Toronto. And I skipped both of them because I thought I couldn't afford them. Because I was like being so stingy with money, trying to save up. I was so stressed. Totally could have just like figured it out and been poor for a while and just not eaten for like weeks, because even that would have been so worth it. Everyone had the time of their lives. I was really bummed I didn't go, but ever kind of since then, I have been living the like, don't regret anything that you didn't do. Like, I can regret things that I did, and that's fine. You know, anxiety every Sunday. It's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But I'm super. I hated the feeling of regretting not going on those trips. It made me so upset. I also, that on there, that picture, the picture of your thing hanging on the tennis courts with the girls?
No, that's not
team.
on here. Was it you that did that?
Yeah, it was me, Wags, and Spencer.
I've been trying to figure this out for years.
Oh, did I ever tell you about that?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, that was
I
so
just was
funny.
like, it's a mystery.
That was so funny.
Dude,
Yeah.
I remember having to like get my car like with a ladder in it because I didn't like realize I could probably maybe just step on my car, but I had a ladder with like one door hanging out.
That's so funny.
Going all the way to the tennis courts to fucking rescue me.
Yeah.
Because it was like
that was like actually the most I'd ever laughed was me, Wags, and Spencer took your poster and then hung it up there, and like Wags like sort of almost fell off of the Jeep. He was like standing on the Jeep putting it up and almost fell, and I like literally peed my pants. It was one of the funniest pranks of all time.
Dude, that poster's seen some shit. It was like hanging on my banister.
Yeah, I remember that.
I went to a USY convention and it was like low key like, you know those like one of those things where it's like everyone like signs.
Yeah.
It was like that. It was sophomore year when I was living in the dorm still.
Is that my signature right there?
The one that says Chase?
Well, it says like Chose. It doesn't like I'm assuming
Chose
it says
Cotton?
Chase. No, it just says CH and then it looks like an O. I guess I can kind of see. I don't know. Let's show that off.
Yeah, that's Peak Landon right there.
That's awesome.
But yeah, sophomore year when we were living in the dorms, me and my 3 other roommates, in our common room we had all like our 3 senior banners, and then the last guy, his senior banner was like ceiling to wall and like had its own like part of the room, cause
Sheesh.
so it's seen some shit. I'll tell ya.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Did you ever have one?
No. I didn't play anything senior year.
Really?
No. I was on the trivia team.
Yeah,
We didn't get
I thought In
banners.
the Know got something.
No, we didn't. Well, we got like little participation trophies or something.
So you're telling me Drama got a flag, Bowling got a flag, but In the Know didn't?
Yeah, it's so fucked.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. I totally should have gotten one because we were like an unreal team that year. We got like 4th place in all of Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, we killed it.
Holy shit.
We had an unreal season.
It was you, Evan Middleman.
Lucy Bidwell, Danny Williams, Rohith was there sometimes, and he was really good. And those were the seniors. Those, if I forgot anyone, I feel so bad, but I'm pretty sure those were the seniors.
Damn, that squad runs deep though.
It was yeah, I know, awesome group of people. We had so much fun. In the Know was sick.
I can imagine.
And then Rahul and Devin came very, very infrequently.
I feel like Rahul would be good at it.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was this kid at DTL Kula. Do you know who that is?
DTO Singh?
No.
Which DTO?
He was like 3 years younger than us, but he was really smart.
Hold on. What's up?
Hi.
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 Hey, Chase.
Hi.
Here.
Can I come in?
Yeah.
But
Take 2.
yeah. What are you most worried about?
Because I worry about so much. I worry about not like being super successful, which like isn't the biggest deal, but like I don't know. I want to travel a lot. I worry about not being able to travel a lot. Dying young before I do all the things I want to do would be a bummer. Falling from a very large height. Whenever I'm like definitely afraid of heights.
Me too, dude.
I worry about so fucking much. It's actually insane. I'm so worried all the time. I'm trying to think. I'm not worried about moving to Chicago, but I'm definitely nervous for it. I mean, I'm gonna love it, and I know I'm gonna love it. I'm worried for starting a job and doing that for the next 50 years. I was totally fine with starting it, till Brooke was just like, we start this and we're never done. I'm like, oh my god, fuck, you're right. Like that sucks.
Yeah.
But I know once I start, I'm gonna love it and I'm gonna figure it out and it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I've just started reading, if you can see over there, The Defining Decade.
How do you like that?
I just read the foreword and intro
What's
to that.
the defining decade? This one?
Yeah, it's about why your 20s are like the most important time
it's
of your
about
life.
20.
It's
Yeah.
so it's about like
Yeah, I'm worried about that now too.
it's divided in like your job, your love life, and then like your body and mind, how like they're developing.
Yeah, like all that shit's real now.
Yeah, people are saying, or like this book, it was saying that like 80% of like your
I should
most
read
defining moments in life happen before you're 35, and most of it is in your 20s. Yeah, it was a
Jesus.
recommendation from former podcast guest DSG.
Okay.
His is actually the one that's in transit right now, waiting to get uploaded.
Word.
Yeah, but really good.
Let me know if it's good and I'll read it.
Yeah, she also just updated it a year or two ago. I'm reading the updated version. Like,
Okay, cool.
It said like in the forward like post-pandemic, so like real
Interesting.
recent.
Yeah, okay, very interesting.
Yeah.
That's another thing I'm worried about now. I can't believe I'm in the most defining part of my life.
Well, I mean, it doesn't like start at 20 and end at 30. She even said that. Like it's like 20 something. You know, like
Okay.
some people will start 25, 35. Some will be 22, 32. Look, I mean, like
This part of my life feels pretty freaking defining though.
Yeah.
Like I'm starting a job, I have a girlfriend, I'm moving to a new city. Like that's all pretty defining.
But I mean, you all still have time to like wiggle around, figure out your
Yeah.
life. You know, like it's your first job. It's a serious relationship that like you'll figure out the goods and the
Yeah.
bad. Have you guys lived together yet, or like
No.
is there any plan with that?
No.
Okay, well that's a later problem then.
Yeah.
So that'll be defining later.
We're
in
like
your
not
20s.
rushing into anything. We're like doing our thing and which is great. I'm like living my life still, she's living her life.
Yeah.
We're like super happy.
That's good. Yeah, no, it's but I get you. Like, there's a shit ton of things to be worried about, like on the precipice of like life.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, I don't know how like my parents can be so calm about doing like the same 9 to 5. Like,
I know. It's like they're just sheep at this point. Everyone's a sheep. They just start their job and they're like, yep, this is life. This is fine, which is probably the way to do it, but super crazy.
I think like the thing that gives me calm is like the fact that it's like the whole thing of like adults who haven't or like 20-somethings who haven't like figured it out yet, and like because you eventually do figure it out
Yeah.
how to do life.
Yeah.
Because it's like everything's been like a tutorial for.
Yeah, this is literally. I've been
main
saying that you caught me at also the worst time. You caught me at such a transitionary period in my life that like all my answers are gonna revolve around. I'm so stressed about like moving right now.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say. What did you say?
Transitionary, on the cusp of life, figuring out life. Adults that have figured it out. I don't know, but
I had something great to say. I was like pumped about saying it. I was just like, I just need to like,
Dude.
preface this.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's also like I'm really glad I'm doing it right now before like people are moving out, because it's
Yeah.
like it's a very, you said, transitionary time of a lot is going on.
Yeah.
So
So look at the camera now.
Alright, yeah, do what you want. I
Feels
love
fun.
switching.
No, I'm gonna want to be making eye contact with myself,
Alright.
future wise.
Dude,
One day.
that's a 5-year gap that's going on right now.
Yeah. I hope I'm like handsome in 5 years or whenever I watch this.
Dude, you were never handsome in the first place.
No, I'm saying I hope I am handsome in 5 years. Like that would be sick.
That'd be cool.
I'm gonna try to work out and stuff, and like eat healthy and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Dude, this summer was like, I think the hardest I've ever like taken to like actually working out.
Yeah.
And
Not me.
I've finally gotten to the point where I actually like look forward to lifting. It's wild.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. No, future me also better continue doing that, because like you've seen the other side, dude. Freshman year when I was eating like burgers 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Bad time to be a burger, but also bad time to be a Landon.
Yeah.
What's the hardest thing that's happened to you this past year?
Okay, so I mean, I don't even know if this is the hardest thing. I was recruiting all first semester of senior year. And it was really hard because, I have that mentality of like, don't regret not doing stuff, but like, I didn't know if I needed to. I didn't want to regret not recruiting, but I also didn't want to regret not living out my senior year, so that was a really hard balance for me.
Yeah.
And I just kept not getting the jobs I wanted. Like I got a final round with Amazon and Facebook and Google, and I was like, oh my god, working at a FANG company would be so amazing. And ultimately, like, I don't know, I wasn't getting the offers in the places that I wanted, and just was like, oh, I just want to be in Chicago, working at a company I'm happy at. So that was a really tough period. I didn't end up getting this current job that I'm going into until like the way end of first semester, so that was just a really tough one on the mental health. But life honestly has been very easy for me, other than I've been working really hard, which, you know, it seems like such a flex, but like it's been going really well. Like, it hasn't been a hard year. My girlfriend's been so helpful with helping me get through the like harder parts of my life, and so is my family and my friends. So I kind of gotten through everything. Like, senior year, I didn't try very hard in school. I just worked really hard on my internship. Summer, I have had the freaking summer of all time. I went to Europe, and then I went to the beach, and I also was in Ann Arbor for a while, just like living it up. That, like, one of the best summers of my life. And so yeah, I would really say it was just that first semester was so tough.
Yeah, I mean, kind of having to get back up when you keep getting pushed down is tough. It's
Yeah.
like, but at the same time, like when you don't get up and kind of have that almost like grind on the pavement feeling, I don't know. It's the whole thing of, you know, it's not how you win, but how you respond to failure is what defines you.
Do you have a question in here for, like, do you have any words for your future self?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a cool one. I don't know what I want to say, but right now, if things like that keep happening, I had a really good mentality about it. Like, it's similar to like everything happens for a reason, but you aren't always gonna get what you want, and that's totally fine. You just need to find the next thing to want and keep going. Cause I didn't, like, when I wasn't getting what I wanted, I was so bummed about it, and I was, you know, I had a really good mentality about it and it was fine, but like it was, now that I'm with the current company I'm with, like headed to the place I'm at, I'm so happy that everything worked out the way that it did, and that's always how it's gonna be one day. So just keep your head up and keep going.
It's a good mentality. That's a great mentality.
That's just for future me.
Yeah. Now, present me, it really appreciates that.
Yeah.
Future me is also gonna like that too. What's something that made you laugh really hard recently?
I just saw the Minions movie, the new one, Minions 2. It was so fucking funny.
Dude, it's great.
It was awesome. You saw it too?
Yeah,
I thought it was so good.
I was one of the idiots that suited up for that.
Are you serious? That's awesome.
I smuggled in bananas in the the blazer pocket.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
That's on brand. I just like saw it in Delaware, and it was so funny, and I was geeked the entire movie. It was so good.
It was so much better than I thought. I thought it would just be like a decent like kids movie, but like,
no, it was hilarious.
Dude,
I thought that too. I thought it was just gonna be like whatever.
the whole like thing on the plane, like that was the best
on the
part.
plane.
Yeah.
What was the part on the plane?
When the Minions like took over like the pilot, as the, do you know the one like the one was acting as like a stewardess, the two were like the pilot and co-pilot. And they're like,
oh yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was so funny. I went to the bathroom for the part when they showed Vector.
Really?
Yeah, I was in the bathroom for that. I came back and Brooke was like telling me about it. I was like, I'm bummed I missed it. Apparently that was like one of the better parts.
Dude, underrated movie.
Yeah.
It's probably going in like
Sick
the
movie.
Cinema Hall of Fame.
Oh, it will. It was so good.
Yeah.
That made me laugh a lot. I've been laughing a lot this summer too. It's been a really funny summer. I love laughing and I love making jokes. Another mentality I have for present Landon is that I am always, you do this too, but I'm always telling jokes, even like super not funny ones.
Yeah.
Because that's just like the way to be happy, is to always be like making jokes and trying to be funny and like make light of situations and have fun.
Yeah.
That's a big thing that I do. And I've been doing that all summer. And my friends actually, so like my brother's friend, who's also, I like this guy, we're friends. But he's like my brother's friend.
Yeah.
He took a Snapchat of me when I was in New York this summer and just like put it on his story, and it just said the summer of Chase. And so that became a huge meme. All my friends were making jokes about the summer of Chase, and it like actually totally became a thing where it just was the summer of Chase, and it was awesome, and I had so much fun. Like I would just, we would wake up and my friends would be like, what should we do? And I would say something and everyone looked around and just be like, summer of Chase, and we would all do it, and it was sick. So I laughed a lot about the summer of Chase jokes and stuff too.
Dude, how do you and I live like the same life? Because
was it the summer of Landon too?
What? Close. Back New Year's 18 going into 19. You know, I was at my friend's house like freshman year of college, and someone said it's gonna be 2019, and it just like it just
awesome.
took off. Everything was it was 2019.
That's nice. You got an entire year. I got a season, and
Look,
it was still amazing.
No, the December of 2019 was it was that
Was it sad that it was
calm, somber ending at the
Yeah.
at the end of a very funny movie. Yeah,
Did you see the Top Gun movie?
I need to. Everyone's
So
been telling me
good. It was
about it.
amazing.
Yeah,
It was really cool.
I heard like you need to see it in theaters too because like
You do,
really
1,000,000%. It's
yeah.
like it's just so cool.
Yeah,
I was literally like clenching my butt cheeks, freaking out at the entire like second half of the movie, like freaking out, like what's happening, like what's gonna happen next.
So I move out the 29th of July. Most of my roommates move out like not this weekend, but like a week from today, essentially. And I'm just trying to like spend the last like week or two I have with them before like
Yeah.
they all ship off and ship out. So
Yeah.
as soon as I move in my new house, like I had a watch list for the summer of like so many shows and like movies I wanted to see. Didn't start on it at all.
Okay, cool.
So there's just
that's great. Then.
like the first and August is just gonna be me on catch up mode. Just like
Heck yeah.
so much shit. I'm gonna be a demon, but it's gonna be great. Especially like right before I start the boot camp and
Yeah, for sure. No, grind through all that. I actually don't have any shows now. If you want to send me that watch list, I'd be interested to see it.
some of it's real outdated, like Atlanta season 3 or
Okay, gotcha.
The Boys season 3.
Yeah, The Boys was good. I just
Yeah.
finished that.
Yeah, no, it's such a good show.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you post podcast.
Imagine The Boys like ends up having like Game of Thrones, just like the worst seasons ever, and I'm watching this like laughing at myself, thinking that The Boys was so sick.
Dude, I would be mad because like I've never kept up with one of these shows with like the terrible ending, like Dexter, Game of Thrones, like all this shit.
Did Dexter have a bad ending? I never
Dexter I
watched
heard was like season 4 and then afterwards.
it.
But and then I think it went for like 6 seasons. But
It's like Community. Community had a terrible season 4.
see, no, that's because of the whole writing thing. But it came back.
No, I think they got rid of Dan Harmon and they wgot him back.
Yeah, season 5 was like
The
good.
gas
Season
leak
6
year.
was, the gas leak year.
Yeah.
Season 6 was weird, but it had a great finale, so it kind of made up for it.
So I like rewatched Community, and got like I forgot the finale. I got to the finale and I was so sad about ending it that I never watched the finale again.
Really?
Yes, I don't remember it. I was just like, I can't put myself through it. I'm gonna be so sad. Like I wanted to be in a perpetual state of like, oh, I'm watching Community. I haven't finished it this time yet.
I gotta say, I think the season finale will be it's a great time to watch it right now, right before you're gonna move.
I'm already so emo about everything. I
Yeah.
can't watch anything that's gonna make me emo. I'm gonna explode and freak out.
It's a bittersweet ending. Plus they say fuck twice on it.
Really?
Yeah. They
Yes,
saved it
yeah.
all. They saved it all for the end of the last season on Yahoo streaming service before Yahoo shut it down.
Oh, really? It was on Yahoo?
Dude, Yahoo's streaming
I
service, they
knew
spent
that.
over half their budget on this, and then it tanked, and then, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, they finally got the 6 seasons, so now we just need a movie.
You should cut that part just in case Yahoo takes over the world one day.
Bro, Yahoo isn't even, I don't think they're owned
Yahoo
by
might take
themselves
over the
anymore.
world
I think
one day.
Google bought them or something.
I'd be nervous. I'm just saying Yahoo could take over the world one day.
If anyone's taking over the world one day, it's DuckDuckGo.
Is that a video game?
It's a search engine that people that are afraid of Google and Microsoft stealing your information because they say they don't steal information.
Oh.
But I feel like there's the fact that they've had all those searches and just pride themselves on it, something's fishy.
Yeah, no, they probably do look at your searches, and that's just how they filter out all the searches that are extra, sensitive.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? This podcast could totally turn into us just conspiracy theorizing this entire time. I had some I literally don't remember any of them, but I've had some crazy ones the past couple of years.
There was one, the one I really believe is remember all those clowns in 2016?
Yeah.
Do you know what else came out in 2016? It Chapter 1. I am convinced.
No,
It's
Chapter 1 did not come out in 2016.
2016,
It came out when we were in college.
No, It Chapter 1 came out when we were in high school.
Did It Chapter 2 come out already?
Yeah, that came out in college.
Was that not... It Chapter 1 is the one where it has the scene where the duck or something goes into the sewer, the rubber duck or the balloon or something goes in the sewer,
Yeah.
and then Pennywise comes up.
Yeah.
That came out in college,
That's
dude.
high school.
Alright, maybe. Someone fact check this. I don't know. No one's gonna be
Regardless,
watching this.
it was like
Just ask someone to fact check
it was
that.
close enough to the release of it, or like even just like the beginning of like the hype about it, like when
Sure.
I think it was supposed to be a PR thing that got way out of control, and then no one they just never claimed
Didn't
it to be
like
them.
kids die?
Yeah, but that was like the first clown was probably them, and then like someone got inspired into like do some like random clown stuff. And
Alright,
then it
let's
just
move on from conspiracy theories. This is gonna get crazy.
Yeah, you're right. I
don't want the government's we're gonna get one right, and the government's gonna take this video down and kill us if we get them right. So.
You see what happened to the guy who made the water engine?
The water, what's that? The Canadian guy?
Yeah.
That made the bitcoins.
No. The guy who like made a way to like have a motor engine run on water instead of gas. Died of like heart complications like 2 weeks later after.
Recently?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, the same thing happened recently. Okay, we're gonna get murdered. We gotta cut this.
Yeah.
Some Canadian, the like guy who made like the Canadian version of Bitcoin like scammed a lot of people. But this is actually different because apparently he scammed a lot of people and then died. But like with all of their money, so it's like he like faked his death and is on an island now with all their money or something.
Yeah. No, like.
No way this dude made an engine run on water. And then died, and then what happened? Why
it was
didn't we
like
use it?
natural complications.
Why would
and it was
anyone
in his
kill him?
mid-30s, like good health too.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna think on that and come up with some crazy theories because I already have a couple that has to do with Saudi Arabia.
Go for it.
So.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about this after the podcast because to your point, I don't want to get murked.
Yeah,
I'm too young for it.
100%.
27 Club's gonna be on my terms,
end
not
up like
theirs.
that.
Yeah.
Do you actually want to die when you're 27?
No, it's just.
I don't want to die when I'm 27.
That's more sad than anything.
Yeah.
Like I don't think anyone was like, "Woo, Mac Miller's like 20 or gone at 26."
Yeah.
And like I don't think there'd be a fanfare.
It's not cool.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
Who is your hero?
Charlie, because he's like a cross-eyed cat with like no teeth, and he would still jump up on our banister and like walk along the banister like totally like so dangerous. I don't know why we let this happen, but like just didn't give a fuck. Was doing what he wanted, totally chilling. And like would eat so much food even though he had like no teeth and had like really bad gum problems, so it would hurt every bite.
Damn.
Like he was just living his life, not caring. Like he had so many things holding him back and he didn't let that stop him at all. And I think that's like so cool. Like I know he's just a cat.
Yeah.
But I think that's such a good message. Like even if you have something holding you back, like I don't know, everyone's got something. You don't have to let that hold you back at all. Like I have bad ADD and like I let medicine help me, so I don't know, but like I this whole summer haven't been taking any Adderall or anything. I've been just like forcing myself to get work done. And it's the fact that Charlie could walk on the banister with crossed eyes and never fell. I can do work and overcome my ADD like that.
Yeah.
So that's what's cool to me. I don't do enough research is what this question kind of makes me feel, because I don't have a hero that I'm like watching and I'm like, oh my god, I like want to see this person succeed so badly because they're my hero, and like anything they do wrong would like murder my heart. Because I don't read enough and I don't keep up with the news enough, and I kind of hope that changes because I feel like those are such important things to do to like understand the world. I get all my news through social media, and I also just hate the media. Like I hate CNN and Fox News because they're so biased. Like I want unbiased media, which just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Kind of a good idea for a company is just unbiased media.
Yeah, the only problem is how do you like put facts out into the world like unbiasedly, you know? It's like 3 murdered in Israel. Who's the murderer? The IDF or Palestine, and people like use that to spin their narrative, you know? I don't know. I've thought about that.
You're just the one that people watch when people want like facts, and you try to keep all the bias. There's always going to be a little bias, but like you just have, if you come up with a framework that's like the best way to keep everything objective, you can totally keep the media unbiased. Probably get less views, but I think because it's niche, you'll get a really loyal audience. Because like I would watch that. I want to get news that's just facts, and I can interpret it in my own way.
Yeah.
And it's not leading in any way, rather than being told what to think.
I like that. I don't know.
Maybe I might don't put that part in because I think that's a great idea. I might make that.
No, there was
or you can put it in. I don't care.
I was at a hackathon sophomore year, and that was one of the like things that someone made. It was like it got a bunch of different news sources and like used machine learning to like
try to get unbiased. I had like a project where I had to do something like that.
Yeah.
I did, but it was like I just had to come up with if something was true or if it was false.
Yeah, I agree though. Like just these, like I feel like in the last couple of years, especially like the like spin that media's been putting on like facts,
Mm.
to say the least, like, to try to drive up clicks and push their their own narratives. It's just absurd.
I know the world's like gross to me. I think the world is so cringe right now when I'm watching, and that's like, I know saying that is so cringe, but like when I watch these like social media people that are like interviewing famous people and are just acting all like ridiculously bubbly to the point that it's just like that's not how people act.
Yeah.
Because they're just trying so hard for clout and the views. I think that's like kind of disgusting. I get it. I get that that's the way to do it in this world, but I just think that the fact that that's the way to do it is kind of gross, and I'm waiting for us to move on to like something else. I don't really know what else, but something else.
Yeah.
Where that's not the case, where people can just kind of be normal, and we like, oh, like this is awesome. This dude's normal, just doing his thing.
Yeah. I feel like social media has kind of like made everyone feel
I
that
feel
way.
like Jaden Smith right there, where he's like, I'm hanging out with my people my age, and I'm like, can we just have a talk about the political issues of society right now?
Bro,
I don't mean it like that at all.
No, like him, Kyrie, and Kanye are the same person, just in different industries.
That's honestly not that bad of a take at all.
Yeah.
I kind of agree.
Especially Kyrie and Kanye. Like, I listen to Katie's podcast every here and there, and like...
KD has a podcast?
Yeah, it's called The Etceteras.
Right.
It's not very good, but
Okay.
it's... Yeah, but Kyrie was on it, like...
Yeah,
a
it's
couple
no,
weeks ago.
what's this one called?
Mastered Memories.
Yeah, it's no Master Memories, that's fine.
Yeah, but he was saying some shit, I was like, oh, that's like kind of insightful, and then he was like, I'm the master of basketball, like, I've lived 1,000 lives on the court.
Yeah.
Here, hold on. What's up?
I made you dinner.
Thanks,
Yay.
Mom. Here.
You gotta include that in the podcast.
Yeah.
That's so
Oh, this looks
iconic.
delicious. Oh my god.
Chase, do you want some?
I'm like totally fine. Thank you so
Okay,
much,
There's
though.
more if you want.
Thank you. Gotta keep that in the podcast.
Oh, no,
that's
that's
amazing.
staying. That's awesome. I've never had like mid podcast food
Yeah.
come in.
You can eat. I'm not one of the interviewees that's offended.
I don't want to
when
watch
you're
myself eat
That's
on,
true.
on camera. That's
Fair.
kind of, to your point,
Unprofessional.
cringe.
Unprofessional.
Yeah. Circling back to it. Though.
Although, the Barstool guy, like Lenny Balls, he's always eating like an ice cream sundae on Sunday Review.
I don't really follow Barstool like that.
I just have seen the Kodak Black interview, which is really funny.
I gotcha.
It's super. You should watch it. It's actually hilarious.
All right.
He's like actually the most high person you've ever seen in this interview.
More than designer for the Nardwuar.
Yeah. 100%.
How is anyone higher than Nardwuar's designer interview?
Watch the Kodak Black one. I mean, the Nardwuar. That's the one where he's like going like right. Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. No,
Iconic.
Kodak Black's like the same amount of highness as designer was in that.
What's your favorite tradition?
I'm hoping this becomes a tradition, is that every year, just around Thanksgiving time, Michigan is going to shit on the
Fuck
OSU
you.
football team. I think it just started this year. That's what's going to be the new tradition, starting from now. But if that one doesn't continue... Yeah, that's actually such a good question. I have so many traditions in my life, too, that picking a favorite is so hard. Hanukkah dinner at my grandparents is always fucking amazing. That's like my favorite meal I ever have. I love doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think like when you say tradition, some things are like traditions in the non-literal sense, or in a literal sense that you don't even think about. Like
Yeah.
brushing your teeth every day is a tradition if you kind of think about it.
I feel like that's not like a tradition's like a once every however so often. It's
Yeah,
like special,
once- Once every 8 hours, 12 hours, whatever, you brush your teeth.
You do it 8 hours.
I know, every
Still.
12 hours. When I wake up, when I go to
You
bed.
gotta do it once a week. That's how
It's not an even. It's like I do it like, 16 hours and then 8 hours is how it goes.
Okay. Fair enough.
But like it depends on what you say a tradition is. Like my favorite tradition is sleeping in on like Saturdays or something,
Mm-hmm.
or like I don't know.
I guess it could be interpreted. I've never had anyone interpret it like that. What's the best thing that's happened to you in this past month?
Probably the love sack thing. That's so awesome. I can't wait to take that to my apartment. It's gonna be awesome. I don't know. What is the best thing that happened to me? I'm trying to think. Like the past month. What's today's date?
It's take it however you want.
Like, is it 31
Month-ish.
days or is it
Month-ish.
like? Okay, well, where was I a month ago? I don't even know.
Also, I think today's the 16th.
That's such a tough question. These are real thinkers. I wish I had I want to have the best answers for my future self, but you got me at such a weird time that I can't actually just like think and articulate and like actually like I'm gonna leave this. When you have a conversation with somebody and you're like, oh, I should have said that. Like I'm gonna leave with like a million realizations of things that I wish I had said.
thing
What
about-
what was the question again?
What's the best thing that's happened to you this past month?
Best thing that's happened to me. I mean, I had a blast in Delaware. I think I was technically in Europe. Okay. Best thing that happened to me. This is not the best thing, but a thing that happened to me that ended up being pretty great was my flight home from Europe got canceled, and I mean I was freaking out. I'm like, it was like literally like I was on the way getting into the Uber to go to the airport, and I get the notification. I just step out of the Uber. I'm like, sorry, I'm not going. And I was freaking out, and I was so tired and pretty hungover, and for the next I want to say 3 hours, I was freaking out. But then I got a whole extra day in Europe, and in the EU when your flight is delayed and it's out to a place outside of the EU and over like 15 or 3,000 kilometers, you get paid 600 euros.
Holy shit!
So I got paid
to not go on
to
this flight.
stay another day in Europe.
That's awesome.
And I had a great day. It was sick.
That's so cool.
The hotel had this little ball pit where you look for rubber ducks in it, and each one you find, you get a free drink. And we found 3 of them, so we got 3 free drinks for the 3 of us.
This sounds like an
And then my
adult play
friend lost his phone in the ball pit, and that was a nightmare. That was actually such a nightmare trying to find his phone.
Fucking
I don't know why he brought his phone in. But yeah, that was definitely a really big blessing in disguise. Like another thing where it's like, oh, you know, I feel so bad about it. It's going along with that thing I said earlier.
Yes.
Are you busy?
Yeah.
I was second.
What's up?
Which shoes do you like better?
I'm partial to the black ones.
I like the black ones too.
I think they look unusual, don't you think?
Which are more comfortable?
That's the better question.
No, to me it's which
No,
one's
that's
better.
how girls are.
No,
It's
no,
always
no,
which
no,
looks
no.
It's a
better.
girl thing. Which one looks better?
I mean, the brown ones are definitely a safer
Yeah.
play. I
They
would
go with
say.
a lot more things. I think, like, the question is, what are you wearing this with, you know?
Shorts, a little skirt.
In my opinion, you can't go wrong
With
either.
either.
Yeah.
They're both neutral colors.
Okay.
It's not like
Is
you're...
one like prettier than the other?
I'm not your guy. I have a horrible fashion sense.
I have a great fashion sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the sandals, the brown sandals, like,
These?
the brown ones, I think they're so universal that, like, they're gonna go with whatever you wear.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Wait,
Bye.
did you eat? That was like vomit.
No, you made this for me.
Are you gonna make a bloopers for this?
No, that's staying in too.
Yeah, of
I mean, I'll cut around this.
I wish you could have shown the shoes. There was like a little black one with like it looked like a slide, but it was like elevated and then it had a white.
I'll throw pictures during that, but
yeah.
I'm keeping the full versions of all these just because, like,
Of course.
I don't know,
of course.
it'll be fun to, like, in case anyone ever wants to see, like,
1000%. Yeah.
all the little things in between or the little thinkings.
No, I'll one day want to just watch the whole thing. I'll sit down, throw it on the TV.
Where do you see yourself going in the next 5 years?
See, that's the question of the day too. I have no idea. I want to be just happy. That's all I care about. I want
That's
to
all that
like.
matters.
Okay, I want to be happy, but I also want to be fulfilled. I don't want to be like in a stagnant happy place unless I'm like, this is where I want. This is where, like, I'm happy with being here for the rest of my life because I do love change. Stressful, scary, but I love, you know, switching up and making, like, getting as many experiences in this life as possible. Like, you know, I spent my first 20 or like 18 years of my life in, like you were saying, like, you're ready to get out of Ohio. Like I'm ready to get out of the Midwest after Chicago. Like, I will have been in the Midwest my entire life except for like the 2 years I was in Pittsburgh that I don't remember. So I'm so ready to just like do something completely new. So I hope in 5 years I've switched it up, maybe, unless I'm super happy in Chicago or doing whatever. I hope I'm out there doing something different and am learning a lot about myself and really getting a just completely life, like, different than a normal Chase experience.
I love it. I'm excited to meet 27-year-old Chase.
That's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be wild because, like,
It's not even gonna be meat. Like, we're just gonna you're not even gonna notice the change.
yeah.
I'm just gonna be 27-year-old Chase.
I mean, my dad always says, like, he's an 18-year-old's mind in the.
I mean, your dad literally is an 18-year-old's mind.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's crazy. I also want to be young forever. I hope I'm still, like, you know, silly in 5 years.
The key is lotion and stand up. Lotion for the face and stand up for the heart.
I'm glad we clarified what the lotion does.
Yeah, it's Bill Burr has a thing, you know, like there are a bunch of like 8-year-old guys with like the cock of like a 20-year-old because that's the only place they put
Let's
the
go
lotion
to the
on.
next question.
What's one thing you want to have done by the next time we film a podcast episode? Which I'm saying is 3+ years from now.
Dang, that's crazy. I'm excited to film the next one.
Yeah.
That'll be sick to see the progression.
I know, right?
Is it gonna be the same questions you think in 3 years?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah, sure.
add some, change some. I don't think
Sure,
we'll move
sure.
any. But yeah, what's one thing you want to have done?
Made $1 billion would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But like more realistically, I want to go to another OSU Michigan game where Michigan wins, and that's like a serious thing, not me trying to chirp you, because that was the best day of my life, and I want to get that experience again, but obviously that's out of my control, so I'll try to pick one that's in my control.
Yeah.
I want to say like skydive or something, but like I had the opportunity to skydive when I was in Lisbon, and I was such a pussy and was like, fuck no, I never need to skydive. I've had a dream in my life, which was a very realistic dream about skydiving,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that was authentic enough for me. That felt like I literally woke up. It was one of those super vivid dreams where you're like, oh my god, this is real. Like, you know, when the world ends and you're like, oh my god, like this is not a dream. Like this is real, and then you wake up, you're like, oh thank God. It was like one of those. So I feel fulfilled in that sense. So I'm stalling while I try to think of what the real answer is right now because I have no idea. Something I want to have done. Something that what was the question?
What's something you want to have done by the next
Something
time?
I want to have done. Something I want to have done. Like I said, seen the world. I want to have traveled again. I may go to Hawaii with my family. I'm really trying to scheme that. That would be amazing.
That
If
would
I
be
could go
cool.
into Hawaii, that would be so cool. I want to have done something that really brought me out of my comfort zone. Like asking my boss for a raise or doing just like having more confidence. Because right now I like have to work up so much courage, and when I have to do something that makes somebody upset, it like kills me inside.
Yeah.
So I hope I've just done something that's like shown me that it's fine to do that, and I can get that little mental blockage away. Because right now I suck at making people unhappy. Also, in 5 years or 3 years or whenever, if I've overcome my ADD, that would be so sick. But that's out of my control. That would just be something I really want.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or learn to accept it.
Yeah, you can definitely accept it.
Just like I want to be happy with where I'm at in my ADD situation, because right now the whole situation is kind of a mess.
Yeah.
Right, like I'm unable to eat or unable to pull myself away from my screen. What if we find out the audio wasn't working on this the whole time? That would suck.
So the funny part is the first time I recorded, with my roommate. So like if anything went wrong, we'd be theoretically fine. That's why I always like occasionally I'll be here and then like quick look, come back, and make sure it's recording. But
yeah,
so it is.
Is that what that red dot means?
That red dot, and then also right up there. Yeah, hold on. Right.
Oh my god, what if we see it's not?
This red light right here that also
Cool.
shows it's recording. It scared me for a second, but so.
Can we get the date in this? We haven't said what day it is.
Yeah, it's the.
I know it's gonna be in the.
It's the 16th of June, 2022.
16th of June, 2022.
But yeah, so the
Wow.
SD card like doesn't do it all in one. It did two, and so or two or three, and the second one in Premiere didn't have audio, and I was freaking the fuck out.
But then it did, so it was fine.
Yeah, but when I went to because the thing is I deleted it from the SD card already because at the time I didn't have enough memory, so I had to do it in record, upload the first part, then record again. But so yeah, that second part was just gone, and so I was freaking out, and then I went to the original drive or the drive that I copied it in, and it was working there, and I was like, okay,
Yeah. Nice.
I'm fine. I just Premiere's being shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so that.
So we just got through all the conversation as well.
Yeah. Now so.
How long was that? I'm curious. Did I give short answers or long answers or regular sized answers?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how long we've been filming, but
Sure.
again, it's honestly the more people talk, the more enjoyable it is
Yeah.
for me, especially when I'm editing.
I'm not being myself, and then I'm trying to just be entertaining for future me.
Do both. Do whatever you want. It's
I'm
your
just gonna be
episode.
myself. I'm also very conscious of the fact that this will be on the internet, so I need to filter myself pretty heavily.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm glad that I tell people
No, I'm glad you
otherwise,
do,
and-
because I would have just been saying heinous things.
Yeah, you don't if people saw the shit said in Xbox live chats because that's offline.
No, everybody in the world would be canceled for sure.
Exactly. There'd be no one would be safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the end of the conversational part. So
Okay.
winding down here, I got some quick hitters for you.
Sure.
So yeah, try to answer just first thing comes to mind, but if
Okay,
you
great,
need
I
a
will.
moment to think.
No, I'll just.
So this is a moment in the mind of Chase Merritt Cohn. What's a song that's been stuck in your head recently?
That's the motto. Do. Pop a few pills and pop a few champagne bottles. You know that one by Ava Max? It's
No.
called The Motto. It's a good one.
I'm gonna look it up. What's one?
Also, what's the Coldplay song that's like, when you try your best but you don't succeed?
It's not. No, that's not Clocks.
No, it's not Clocks. It's like Fix You or Fix.
Yeah.
Something like that. That one, I just was shown and then found a remix of it last night, and that one's been stuck in my head also.
Can you send me that remix?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's one of your favorite quotes or lyrics?
Quotes or lyrics? I wish I had something immediately. This is such a good question. I want like such a good one because I've heard some amazing quotes. I like necessity is the mother of invention. I think that's a good one.
That's a great one. Actually,
Oh my god! Wait, Parker told me one that was like amazing the other day. I'm gonna have to ask her what it was.
We can.
I'll text it to you and we'll throw it up there.
Yeah.
You'll see it right here.
Yeah. The editing on this has gotten a lot more advanced since day one. I'll tell you that.
Good.
So
I'm
much
glad.
more. Just throw it in later.
I'm glad. Yeah, I wanted this to be like well made.
No, this is gonna be humorous, especially.
I want
like,
this to be on the level of like the montage of my Smash clips you made.
Dude,
That was
that's still one of the
awesome.
proudest things I've ever done.
No, that was like the best gift I've ever got.
Syncing that to the music was like I was just like
Yeah.
at 2 a.m. working at the front
That
desk in
was
my
sick.
dorm, just grinning my fucking
No,
face off.
I was so happy with that. That was like the best birthday present ever.
I'm glad. What's the best show or movie you've seen in the past month?
Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun 2 or 1?
The Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick, the new one.
What's the best thing you've binged recently?
Binged?
Yeah.
Drinking.
It's a great answer.
Yeah.
Great answer.
Alcohol.
Yeah, we're not adults yet, so it's still okay.
Yeah.
What's the best book you've read recently?
That's super. I literally just started a book today, and it's the only book I've read this whole summer, so I have to go with it. I'm reading it right now. It's called The Project Hail Mary.
Gonna have to read it.
Future me is gonna be like, what the fuck is that? I only read like maybe the first chapter.
No,
I'm gonna try to finish it.
this summer, like working out, but also like
Uh-huh.
it's the first time I've read since like high school.
Yeah, reading's good. I'm liking it.
Yeah. No, I read like Kobe.
Yeah, shout out to books.
Shout out to books. Yeah, I
Yeah.
read Kobe, Ray Allen, D Rose, and Kareem's autobiographies, and it was
Really?
a great way to get back
I feel like
into
a
it.
better
'Cause
hooper now.
You should see my fadeaway. Let me tell you, I'm the
I
Stephen.
read the
Curry.
D Rose one's good.
It's good. It's a lot more conversational than it is like a story, but
Okay,
I kind of
cool.
like it. It's like written right before he got, like right after the
Before he
50-point game.
Yeah.
On the Super Bowl. So like, still a good time pre Knicks round 2 in Detroit. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your current most recent job?
So my current job is I'm about to start working at Rocket Reach as a software engineer.
Mhm.
And my most recent job was my internship with Rocket Reach as a software engineer. Before that, I interned at Publicis Sapient. I don't know if I signed an NDA, so like, but I don't think I did, so I think this is fine.
I think you can say where you worked.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, I worked at those places. That's definitely not NDA or anything.
Mm.
And I was a software engineer intern. I was also a tutor recently.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Like computer science stuff.
I gotcha.
Tutored some people in that.
Dude, intro to Java tutoring, that's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did teach some Java, but I didn't know Java, so I had to learn it
Ah.
to tutor it. But it's like the same as all the other object-oriented ones.
I did it actually when I was like last.
That's
year.
you gotta cut that. That's like patient doctor confidentiality.
He
tutor,
Venmoed me money for it. It's
client
okay. Okay.
confidentiality.
I'll beep it out.
Yeah.
I
That's-
said
yeah,
my-
yeah, yeah.
I
there
said
you go.
I said my
Bleep
email.
that out. Yeah.
I said my email in one of these, and I bleeped it out, and I've never laughed harder. I'm not because I got like the bars over my mouth and
Yeah,
everything. It's
yeah, yeah,
hilarious.
amazing.
It's so much humor.
Good stuff.
Do you want kids, and if so, how many?
Yes, 3, at least 2 boys. I gotta have 2 boys first, but like if my daughter's watching this, you're the best.
Mm.
Like, don't be offended. Just like right now, I know boys are so much easier than girls to raise. Like having a girlfriend has shown me how expensive having a girl is. It's like crazy.
Yeah, I
Unless they like invent some fucking cheap ass makeup product that's like goes viral and like getting your hair done, just like I mean with the way that society's moving towards this whole like crunchy like no need to shave your armpits direction, like maybe that'll just be gone and I can just have a super crunchy daughter or whatever.
a makeup gun where like you like set it over
Yeah,
there, you
yeah,
shoot
yeah.
at your face, and it's just all
Well, you know the metaverse is gonna make putting on makeup so easy. You just put it on in the metaverse and then it'll
it's a
just
filter. Yeah,
throw it on you. Yeah.
it'll be sick.
Yeah.
What's your favorite spot to eat nearby, whether it be sit down or fast food?
nearby to here, Raising Cane's. Nearby to where I was in Ann Arbor, I like Bop Jib a lot. Bop Jib was fire. I liked Jerusalem Garden, Chipotle. Oh my god, I had Chipotle a billion times.
Can't go wrong with Chipotle.
Chick-fil-A is good, but it's not, like, I never get it. In Potomac, I go to Raku. At the beach, I like lobster rolls from wherever. DB's is okay. The place on the boardwalk in Rehoboth is nice. And then in Chicago, it is going to be very interesting. I don't know. I'll text you because I know I'll be in Chicago and we'll put it right here again. I love we'll put it right here.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What's something you think is underrated?
Pac-Man in Super Smash Bros.
You have to have a galaxy level IQ to play him though.
Yeah, I know, but like he's underrated in terms of like tier lists and stuff. They don't rank him high enough. But that's like the nerdiest answer ever. I want to give something that is actually underrated. That's actually good. So I'm gonna think on this for a while. And we're just gonna cut to my answer. I want it to be like an immediate cut.
Yeah. Just
like my answer is water is free at restaurants in America. So underrated.
I agree. Like,
you don't appreciate that until you leave the country.
Bro, there's some places where I get like 2 waters because like by the time I'm ready to have like the one refilled, like the waiter's like long gone, so like I just like need another one to start
the
on.
fact that you have to pay for water in other countries is ridiculous, and like they never come around. Like they're like, I don't want to say lazy. They just move at a different pace in those countries.
Yeah.
Where they don't like come to refill your water. I was so thirsty all the time in Europe.
Yeah.
And in America, it's like I can't get enough water. It's amazing.
Exactly. I'm parched all the time.
It's like, can I have 3 more waters for free? And they say, yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
And then I'm saying what it is.
Yeah. I mean. I'm doing that with your religion thing too, so it's gonna.
Yeah. Okay. For sure.
Yeah. Time's a construct, and I'm God.
Exactly. You're like a time god, like Jessica from that Rick and Morty episode. Do you watch Rick and Morty?
Of course I do.
Yeah, I figured. Okay. I'm trying to think like everything that I think is underrated is actually rated really well. I just really like it.
You have an example?
Like J. Cole.
Yeah,
I
I
think
can't say J. Cole's underrated.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's underrated. I think he deserves even more popularity, but like that's such a stupid take.
What's your biggest hot take?
We're gonna cut to it now. It is matching things doesn't matter as much as people think. Like I think my room isn't gonna match at all. I don't know. I'm a big believer in functionality over looks. Like when your mom came in and was asking the shoes, I'm like, which is more comfortable? She's like, I think the one that looks better. I think I totally get where that comes from, but I think that like utility is so much more important than whatever the fucking ility word is for having something that looks good.
Yeah. It's not like the whole mantra of feng shui.
Maybe, I don't know. I would rather be dressed warm in the winter than in a fire fit.
No, I agree with you. Like, I'd rather be in pajamas than like something real or like ripped jeans or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think that paying attention in conversations sometimes, like, I'm zoned out all the time. You can listen to every 3 words that somebody says and figure out a response that's good enough. I think paying attention is overrated. Hot take being that, like, it's like a ridiculous take that, like, nobody would agree with.
Not nobody would agree with, but you're like people might look at you weird if you like say like this as a fact.
I've made some hot takes before, for sure, and I can't think of any of them. I wish, like, typically I'm so fast and just can, like, think of stuff immediately, but right now my brain is moving so slow because I'm coming down from the Adderall. I was speeding all day.
It's alright.
What is a hot take? I want a good one that I still am going to agree with in 3 to 5 years. I want one that I'm like, yeah, that's...
You don't want a freezing cold one?
No, I want one that, like... I want one that ages well, too.
That's a tough line to walk.
I know. I want one that I say now and I'm like, everyone agrees with in the future.
I had a buddy who thought that Melo was going to be a bust.
See, I don't want to give a sports one, though, because that's...
That's like I feel like, easy, you know? You take your time. Again, I'm time god. I can cut around all this shit.
I know. We got a hot take.
What's your favorite quality about yourself?
My humor. No, I love a lot of qualities about myself. I really love that I think I'm funny. Like, I make myself laugh a lot. Like, that's why I think I'm funny, not because I make other people laugh. I, like, just actually think that the things that I think are really funny.
Yeah.
So that's a great one. I like that. I think my outlook on the world is really good. I think I find a way like to just always be optimistic. Like I'm never in a bad mood unless something like horrible has happened to me, like my dog has died or something. I'm like not in a bad mood. I'm like super happy about. I find a way to put a positive spin on everything, which I think is really good. And also, I just think that I like always know when to make a joke, and I always have a joke ready.
What's your favorite outfit?
I mean, I love this. This Pac-Man shirt is my favorite shirt right now. I mean, obviously it's so sick. Let me show the back of it. I mean, obviously I'm gonna know like what it looks like.
Yeah, but for the
the thousands of viewers watching this,
or 80-year-old you watching and doesn't remember.
I also have a shirt that I wear all the time. That's like I like didn't even know it was like a bougie fancy brand, but it's called Aime Leon Dore, or I don't know how to say it. It's
French
just a white
fuck.
shirt that says like that French thing on it,
Yeah.
and I wear that with like my gray Lululemon pants,
Mm.
and that shit slaps every time.
Yeah, dude.
So easy, but it works.
Dude, Lululemon, I'm afraid of it. It's
Why?
I have never bought anything
It's like
yet.
fine. It's nothing crazy.
It's more like everyone I know like spends like a decent amount of like their paychecks on like Lulu clothes because they're so comfy. I'm just like I can't do that yet. You know, I like I'm okay with where I am now. I'm not
Yeah,
ready to go
yeah,
like
I
just
agree.
fall into like lush, vast like pants of Lululemon.
Once if you get a girlfriend, you're gonna be fucking
Yeah, I'll be
forced
fine.
to get that shit. I literally like this shit was fucking tailored, picked out for me. Fucking went to Lululemon. She was like, "That you're getting that," and I'm like, "Okay, fine."
I do like the shorts though.
I like it. They're so cozy.
Yeah.
No, Lululemon's good for it. Although, like, I put them in the laundry one time, and look what happened to the strings.
Oh, that's fucked.
Right?
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to put them in the dryer. Didn't know that.
You got a favorite pair of kicks at all, or?
No, it's super not. I just like comfort. You'll see. I've been fidgeting with shit this whole time, and I've been chilling.
We're both time guys at this point.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, watch this. I'm gonna start speaking backwards right now for the next sentence. You gotta edit that.
Yeah,
otherwise
of
I'm
course I will.
like a fucking
Of
idiot.
course I
Okay.
will.
Good.
What's your biggest hobby?
Hobby?
Yeah.
I love Smash. I keep bringing up Smash. Smash.
No,
is
it's
just
not
great.
a bad answer.
No, it's just I love Super Smash Brothers. I have gotten super out of it. I love building things, sort of. Like, I love doing, like, Legos as a kid, and I like, honestly, coding's kind of a hobby. I like to code, even though it's, like, kind of my profession now.
Yeah.
Watching YouTube videos. I love watching, like, video game YouTube videos, like, about, like, speedruns and stuff. I think that stuff's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, optimization is my hobby. I love looking at things and finding a way to make it more optimal.
There's a game, I forget what it's called, I need to find it, but it's for you. It's like, how can you like solve like, it's like you make machines and it's like how like a machine that like has the least amount of parts, the least amount of movements.
That's cool. Yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff's amazing to me. Like that water, that engine that runs on water. Like I don't believe that. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That would be amazing.
Yeah. Nothing's more satisfying than a summoning salt video.
Yeah, I love Summoning Salt. Summoning
so
Salt's
good.
great.
I don't know also like how me and you like managed to watch the same YouTube without sending it to each other.
I don't know. I met a lot of people who like I'll mention something. They're like, oh my god, of course I watched that. Like I think the algorithms, there could only be like, well, I mean, I think there's a finite number of algorithms. I know it's machine learning, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I'd say you could break it into like, let's say 150 subcategories of users, and they could just literally give the exact same algorithm. Like you and I probably have very similar algorithms.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, you're probably like part of my subcategory, but like when I say it, I actually am starting to think like there's people that love anime that also love all the things I do, and I don't like anime, so they get anime stuff on top of that. But I think that maybe there's like a smaller algorithm that's everybody gets fed like the same X amount of videos, and then there's Y outer videos that are given to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I just went on that rant.
No, I get it. Like, I've thought about the YouTube algorithm too much, and honestly, I think if I said it, it just, like, it would spew, and, like, it would not make sense, even if I talked for, like, an hour. So,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna save the world that ramble.
Okay.
So, you're stuck on a deserted island, you can only bring one thing. You can't bring a boat, and if you bring, like, cell phone or something like that, it doesn't have service. You can bring anything you want, though, outside of the boat. What are you bringing?
Deserted island, like no animals, no food.
Never thought about animals or food. Take it however you want.
Like, okay, well, I guess I could go vegan if I had to, but I would probably bring. Can I bring like 2 chickens?
Sure.
Maybe 2 chickens. I don't know. Something to give me food. Like, I'd have to do something practical. You know, I'd love to set up the Switch and just, like, be playing video games and have, like, the full setup going. Like, with electricity, that would be great. But
Yeah, I don't know where you'd find electricity.
I would need something. I'd need something practical to, like, survive. Like, it would be a simple life, but I could totally appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I would bring something that is... Oh, do you pick entertainment or do you pick survival? Like, I could bring 2 chickens, or I could bring, like... a gigantic book of like 1 million stories that I could just read and be entertained by.
Your call. What are you picking?
Okay, ready? I'm picking 2 enormous chickens that inscribed on them are 1 million stories.
I'll let it fly.
That's what I want.
Okay, that's.
And the chickens reproduce. And they also lay eggs that each egg contains a different meal every day, already cooked to perfection. Those are that's the thing I would bring.
It's unrealistic, but I'll let it slide.
Please, I make the rules in this island. I'm a time god. I'm picking what's going on.
I'll let it happen.
Okay.
Who are your best friends?
That's such a ridiculous question. I don't have best friends, is what I've realized. Like, I have a ton of best friends, but I think like all of my close friends are my best friends.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, I couldn't list all of them right now. Like, you, the people in my PC, or like the people in my pledge class, Brooke, gotta say Brooke, she's definitely a best friend of mine. All of my pets are for sure my best friends.
Yeah.
Random people from like school that I know. I don't know, I have like a bunch of best friends. I'm a huge floater, like I'm not a big cliquey person.
Yeah.
So I don't really get insanely attached with people where I'm like, this person is my best friend. I'm just like, these are all of my friends.
Yeah.
And some of them I like more than others.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I think I'll still be the exact same way unless I'm watching this with like Brooke and she's got a gun to my head. In that case, it's Brooke.
Okay. It's mostly Brooke, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
What's something that you have to do every day? Not like brushing your teeth, like something like a little more unique, I guess.
I mean, I have to get out of bed. That's a stupid one. Because sometimes I don't.
For example, mine is like I have to Q-tip my ears every day. Like I'm
gonna try to avoid hygiene, but because like yes, I have to be hygienic every day, but like I want to go a little more. Something that my future self has to do, maybe. I would want to get up and go on a walk and do like maybe a meditation or something, head clearing. Something I have to do every day is appreciate that day. That's something I have to do.
Great fucking answer.
That's like every day I gotta wake up and be like, it's a new day, let's go appreciate it. Even if it's a dreaded day, you just gotta appreciate that it's one more day you get. Better than nothing.
What's your proudest accomplishment?
Probably making it onto the Masters Moments podcast. This is amazing. I can't
you
believe
don't even know
here.
the name?
What is it?
It's Mastered Memories.
Mastered Memories.
It's alright. It's the name is.
The name could be changed. Mastered Moments is kind of a cool name. Just saying. I think graduating from Michigan. That was or maybe getting into Michigan. One of the two. Because I think I'm gonna say graduating because that was like that encapsulates getting into Michigan. You have to get in to graduate.
Yeah.
There was so much pressure on me growing up to go to Michigan. That was all I wanted. I kind of have said this before to my friends. Like I don't care what happens to me for the rest of my life. I can die happy knowing that like I achieved the one thing that I wanted my entire life, which was to go to Michigan. Now there's a million other things I want to achieve, but like the one thing, like if I hadn't gotten into Michigan, I would have been devastated. Yeah. I would have found happiness elsewhere for sure, but that one would have stung forever. Especially watching them beat OSU this year, that would have just really been like, I want to be even happier about this, but I can't. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's the biggest accomplishment I've ever had. That's amazing. I'm super happy about that.
Yeah, it might be a shitty school, but I'm happy you got into it.
Yeah, sure as
well. What's something you want to own?
So it's not something I want to own, but I want to be able to shop at Whole Foods consistently one day.
Really?
That's that's such a power move, like shopping at like a fire grocery, like bougie grocery store like that.
What even is the difference between like Whole Foods food and like Kroger food?
It's more organic, I don't know. It's just like a status thing. You're just spending more money on it, like showing off, like I can shop at Whole Foods. The produce is better at Whole Foods, that's for sure. I want to say the meats are better, but I haven't actually really shopped at Whole Foods enough. But like they have some really good like frozen stuff too that you can reheat easily. Mm-hmm. Whole Foods is good for it. They just have a lot, like it's just like I don't like to flex. Like I don't want to own like Gucci clothes or whatever, but I do want to shop at Whole Foods and have that status, knowing that just for myself. Like that's how I know I made it.
Yeah.
I'm shopping at Whole Foods. Like
No, you're gonna shop at Whole Foods.
I'm getting a basic necessity that is a high end basic necessity.
Gotta take care of your body somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think the price of gas will be the next time we film?
Oh God, I hope it's low. I mean, it's probably gonna be fucking $7, but right now it's like $4.75. I think I saw today, and that's like it's going down. It was above $5.
Yeah, for a while.
That was really cool being in Europe for that part.
Yeah, I
'Cause,
can imagine.
I don't know. Probably like let's go with 4.30. No. Well, yeah, inflation's gonna happen. Let's go 4.30.
Where do you want to visit next?
I actually just had this conversation pretty recently. I mean, Hawaii for sure. Hawaii or California or Italy or maybe back to Portugal because I mean like a full Portugal trip would be great. Or Asia. Those are my 6. If it's any of those places, I'll be super happy. Because those are the places that I'm just like I have to experience in my life. I also, this is not next, but one day I think maybe doing a safari in Africa would be cool, but like that is, I have to do these other places before I go to that.
Yeah. I've heard South African safaris are insane. Like
Yeah, I'm sure they're great.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
sure they're super cool.
I heard like CJ McCollum and Kyle Lowry talking about it on his podcast, and
Uh-huh.
I was only listening, I don't know what CJ McCollum, I just was like Kyle Lowry on a podcast again.
Yeah, of course.
What's one piece of advice you have for me, yourself, the world, whatever?
Just keep being optimistic. Like you gotta look at life through a lens where you're happy, otherwise you're gonna be miserable. Like the way you experience life is all about how you experience it. Came out sounding so stupid. But like if you just go in with a positive lens, you're gonna live a good life and feel positive. Like you don't like, okay, favorite quote, I don't know if I answer this, it's no such thing as a life that's better than yours. That's an unreal quote.
Yeah.
J. Cole, that is by far my favorite quote. That shit resonates. Like I remind myself of that whenever I feel myself getting like jealous of somebody else or like upset with how my life's going. I'm just like, there's no such thing as a life that's better than mine. Like I'm giving my life, I don't want to say I beat the odds because I didn't do shit. I actually meant the opposite. Is I got lucky and kind of won the lottery.
Yeah.
So there's like no life better than mine. I just gotta be happy with that. Because I think I skipped. We can like time God that a little bit.
Yeah.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours.
Yeah.
That's my quote.
Alright.
What was the question?
One piece of advice?
Oh yeah, that works.
It also works there too. Yeah.
Be happy with your life. Don't be jealous of others. Things go wrong. It's a part of life. Life wouldn't be great if there weren't bad parts to accompany it to make you really appreciate the good parts.
You only felt so sad because you were so happy at one point, right?
Yeah. Also appreciate every fucking second because time flies, and each chapter has good parts. It has bad parts. Appreciate every part you can.
Love it. And last but not least, top 5 of anything. Like your 5 favorite things in the world, no particular order.
Okay, number 1, Betsy Ann's milk chocolate pretzels.
Okay.
Number 2, Raising Cane's. Number 3, Super Smash Brothers.
Okay.
Number 4 and 5 is where it gets tough. Because those are easy, like, I know those are the best things.
Yeah.
Maybe number 4, Bluetooth is pretty incredible.
It's a great invention.
Bluetooth, probably the best invention that's ever been made, so I'll put that at number 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 5. Number 5 that's a tough one because now I have so many to choose from, and I have to come up with a whole ranking system to figure out what's the best one.
It's unordered. You don't have to rank it.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
5.
but like to pick out of the remainders, I have to pick the best one.
Okay.
So I have to like choose what I have to see like, oh, X is better than Y, but then Z is better than X. So now I have to, so I'm really, really struggling with this last one.
I'll say this: I did not expect food to come up so much on people's top 5.
I mean, food is amazing. I'm a big foodie. I love food. Like I could have just said food number 1.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just do like food and water number 1.
Give yourself 2 more spot or another spot.
Yeah, honorable mention to food and water. That's an honorable
okay.
mention for sure. Food and water deserves to be up there. 5, Michigan football, immediately. I don't know why I didn't think of that quicker.
That was a great final one. Yeah. Surrounded by Ohio State stuff, but still got to bring Michigan in.
Yeah, of course. I'm bringing it in all the time. Gotta rep Michigan. Go blue.
Oh, yeah. Well, Chase, it's been a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you for having me, Landon.
My
I look
oldest
forward
friend.
to episode 2.
Yeah, I've been really looking forward to this because like, I don't know, but I don't know how to end these things by the way. So just
I don't either. I wish you gotta like edit in some like outro thing.
I have kind of an outro.
You gotta work on an outro. This is like you gotta look like you know how people end podcasts.
Yeah, but like
That's all. Tune in next week. We're chatting with Landon's other friend. It's gonna be crazy.
well, here's the thing. From today until next Friday, I'm filming one a day.
So why don't we just do like a doot 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 doot
Doot doot.
bang. Cool.
Sweet.
Great. Looking forward to seeing that in a couple months.